Good evening, my name is Bearcat, and this is Town to City. So this is I'm hoping to be a live stream series where I'm going to be playing in the Sandbox mode rather than the campaign mode.
Life used to be nice here, but nowadays it's so crowded. Smoggy streets, noisy factories, the smell of sewage on the air. What if you could do it your way? How would you design your perfect place? From bakery to park to cozy home and everything in between. Let's leave to start a new community. Somewhere green, somewhere nice. Others will surely follow when they hear of it. Well, you'll have to roll up your sleeves first, but with a bit of effort and an eye for planning, you'll soon develop this spot of land from countryside to town. And from town to city.
Cute intro. Okay. Not what I planned to do. Because this started a new campaign mode. Sandbox mode. This is what I wanted to do. So let's have a quick look at the rules. So I think I probably just want to leave as is. All right, so yeah. Looking at the options, I'm just waiting, giving people a chance to settle in. But yeah, looking at the different map options. So we have Bellevaux, we have Fontbrock, we've seen them. This map, I believe, is set to unlock in the campaign mode. So it's really interesting, but so we've got this twisty island map. We've got a little island, which is less monolithic than that one. This is the flat world. I definitely don't think I'm going to want to use that one. We've got an interesting valley. And then whatever this map is. I kind of want to try out one of these islands. Probably this one. I think I was playing around with this one. It was really, really tough to build in, but it was pretty fun. This looks like an absolute nightmare. Now we do have the update that allows for terraforming. But that is a research item that shows up a little bit later. I don't know if that changes in Sandbox mode, but it at least in the campaign, it's not something you start with. And so this looks like it would be a complete nightmare to build on. Same with this map. It could be really, really interesting, but it might take a lot of heavy terraforming. Which is kind of why I'm leaning towards this one. There isn't as much land, so that will limit the size of the city. But if you compare it to what we have going in Bellevaux, that's pretty small, all things considered. So, yeah, so there are some cliffs, there's some terraforming that I could do if I wanted or needed to. There's also the bridges. Now, I haven't played with the bridges. We might do that here. But I don't know if the bridges are like, you can cross here, or if the bridges are like, you can cross here. Again, because I haven't played with them. I haven't seen any gameplay. I'm not sure what that brings, but it should be interesting to see nonetheless. So I think I'm going to pick this island and get started. Wah, wah. And I just realized that whole time I was on my Be Right Back screen. So I'll just kind of recap what I was looking at. So this is our kind of mountainous island that looks like it is a nightmare to build on. This is super flat, kind of boring. This is a valley, which I was playing around in when I wanted to try out Sandbox mode to see what was going on, but this is a map. I want to see this, but this is kind of what I was talking about with the even with terraforming. This map looks like it would be kind of a nightmare to build in. So, and what I was talking about with bridges was, you know, do the bridges cross little bodies of water like this, or are they large scale bridges that I could cross this with? So, I don't know. Remains to be seen. But yeah, so this I think is the island I want to build on, because it's flat enough that there's space to build if I don't have access to terraforming right away, but it's varied enough that there are interesting things I could do. So, also, welcome. Yeah, just as the game loaded in, I looked over and saw that it was still in the Be Right Back screen. So, wah, wah. So we're gonna pause. Oh, this is... I kind of hate the way they make their starting maps. Because generally, you don't want to be starting too far away from the train station, because you have to be able to move goods back and forth from it. But being right on this beach is a lot. So, but yeah, some interesting stuff, I think. If we build off in this direction, we've got this really big slope, so we've got a lot of ugliness to deal with. But it quickly expands up here, which is maybe a little bit nicer to build on. If I expand this way, there's not really a lot of room against the cliff, but it does open up to this wider area here. But of course, we're going to get terraforming, which I can't remember. I think it's in Hamlet. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, here it is. So, yeah. So once I get 50 people, I'll be able to terraform, which isn't too hard. But yeah, not having that option to start with does limit things a bit. I think I'm going to build off in this direction. Because there's a little bit more space to work with. And now one of the reasons why I wanted to do this as a sandbox build is because you get farms right away, and you get both the Bellevaux and Fontbrock buildings. So you can have a little bit more diversity in what the city will look like, and you can start off with your farms right away instead of having to hop between the two maps. So I think we're going to start with our very first house. And I think I'm going to not respect the topography all that much and build it here so that I can maybe get a road not on the beach, but probably on the beach. We'll see. Now I need roads. And this is going to cause a bunch of things to snowball. So let's start with 3-point roads. I can always do something at a later time. And I do like setting houses back so I can decorate the front with, trees and flowers and whatnot. But yeah, this is going to escalate into immediately needing some infrastructure that I don't really have. And so the house is connected to the road, in theory. But let's give it a cute little sidewalk. So, yeah, this especially helps if I set houses further back, because they're not able to connect to the road. So, let's move in our very first family and make them all happy about things. Except they're unhappy because there's no food, no decorations, and no jobs. It's kind of like where I live. So this is that snowball. So there's two things. If you haven't played Town to City, there's two things that are going on. There's sort of the warehouse side of things, which is shops and markets and all sorts of other things. And then there is the farming side of things. So you need a warehouse to be able to deliver supplies to and from businesses. And you need a granary to be able to deliver crops to the train station and from the farms. So there's sort of two things going on. I'm going to wait on farms ever so slightly, although these people are going to be super demandy pants. I'm going to have this a little bit further away from the station than I have in my other playthroughs. And the reason is because if it's boxed in right next to the station, it's really quick to get supplies, but then it limits the range. So I think I want to have this being a bit closer. A bit further from the station, but closer to the road. Because I find I just don't really decorate a lot of the businesses as much. So it ends up just kind of being a lot of empty space. Now we have another person or another two families that want to move in. Let's switch over to a classy looking little house here. We need... Okay. So, how do I want to do this? Let's keep a little bit of space between houses for now. Get that one built. Get ready with our little plaza sidewalk. Okay. So we'll move this family in here. And we'll put someone to work there. As for this family, they're going to want farm decorations. Which isn't much at the moment. So, something else I'm going to need to deal with is a research center, which will give me points to unlock all of this stuff. So, farms give me points to unlock all of this, which gives me some additional buildings and crops. But a research station is for the general unlocks, and it's the it's a good workforce item. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and build a road branching off of here. And we'll try and respect the topography a little bit. But boy, is this an incline. And part of the reason for putting it up there, it's kind of like an observatory. So it kind of looks better being a little higher up. Let's get this a little bit higher. Actually have it turn so it's not the most horrible, like, 300-degree incline. Oh, that's gonna look terrible. Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and commit those crimes, and I may end up moving that very shortly, but in the meantime, let's get our first farm in, and we'll give them a little bit more of a driveway, because farms can potentially have a lot of cool decorations. So I want to give them lots of space to potentially have them. However, that comes with the need for a granary. So, we're gonna stick that family in there. And we are going to start with a grape farm for them. We've got 3 people that can work over in the absolutely atrocious research center. Really gonna probably move that sooner than later. But yeah, so a couple things I need to do. So I need to now lay out this farm. And I can only grow grapes. Let's go ahead and paint in a little bit for them. I don't want to go too big because I'm going to want to expand in this area some more. And I can always build more farms later. But to make this work, I need that pesky granary. And this needs to be not impossibly far away. I think I'm going to place that there. So it's not too far from this farm if I want to do any other farms around. That's certainly a thing. But yeah, more ugliness because I'm building on slopes. We've got some other families that want to move in. Let's get a house in here next to the warehouse. I'll set that back. Expand our road a bit. And I've got a family that wants to be near water. And by near water, I mean immediately adjacent to water. These families are absolutely insufferable. Because if I put a house here, they would still complain. So, I am going to stick this house right here on the beach. And hope that they are happy enough with that. Give them a sidewalk. And we'll give a sidewalk to our previous family. All right. Cool. Yeah, so when families have those traits, the closer you are to satisfying that trait, the greater their happiness will be, and that contributes to their happiness up here. And 20 is the max for that, and then there's some other happiness for population density as well as decorations. So I can't really do too much with decorations at the moment. This is just telling me that people are sad pants. Why do you have crops that are not being harvested? Oh, right, because I don't have any businesses. Okay. So, we only have 3 businesses right now. I've got the winery, which can go somewhere. But we also have a couple of small stalls. And I want to build these off of the road because they kind of look better that way. So I think we'll stick one here. And we'll stick one here. And we'll build a plaza because a plaza is a road. So I will consider cleaning that up and entirely paving that over, so they'll the stalls will be standing on the plaza, but that's a later problem. Now, these residents are super unhappy, and I can't especially tell why. Oh, because I don't have enough people delivering goods. All right. You're being super weird. You're also gonna be super weird, and you're just gonna have to deal with that. Why are you still not happy? Does that do a thing? This is the tricky part with Sandbox mode, is normally you would build right next to the station and not have to deal with these problems. Which means I'm going to have to expand some things out. Got 100 points. So let's get a fruit stall. And let's get decorate houses. Because people are starving, but we can give them some fun decorations on their houses instead. So let's place that there really quickly. see if this will satisfy some of these weirdos once I have some people to move in. But biggest thing is you can now decorate houses and do fun things with them. And as we get more decorations, more interesting things will happen. Just stick an obligatory plant on everyone's house. Make things look a little bit nicer. You are still... Oh, you're... Let's give you some stuff. So we'll give you a little well. And we'll give you some window decorations. And that will hopefully make you happy enough that more people will move in. Okay. So, we have another fussy pants person that wants to live immediately next to the water. And I absolutely hate that. Because you can upgrade your houses to have second floors, so it's a good way to stack in people instead of having to reproduce things that you've already done. But again, start of the game, can't do that yet, so we will just have to build another house in here. I can always evict that family when the time comes. Okay, so we can staff you and staff you so that you can now service everyone. Everyone is kind of happy. All right. Let's go through and do a little bit more decorating. Get you a light. Stick a light there. There's no particular reason for any of this other than aesthetics and because it increases the decoration points of houses. So, and that makes people happier. Where are we at with other things? We can also build a fish stall. Still not doing anything in the way of crops being produced, and I don't particularly know why. How much more can I disrespect this topography? All right. Extend this road here. Let's get that greenery in. Or the winery, sorry. Right. Let's just get it nice and close to the research center so I don't have to hopefully do as much terraforming. Right, we've got another family that wants to move in. We also have another stall. So let's get our fish market in here. And let's get a house in for these people to live. All right. Drop a couple quick decorations to make them happy. And you... Oh, right. I have to move them in first. You are having trouble reaching there. Well, let's solve that problem with more houses. So we'll stick this house facing sideways for no particular reason whatsoever. Although I might have to move that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's clipping in a really, really ugly way. Still clipping in a really ugly way. Good enough for government work. Okay. Move someone in. Can put some more staff there. And be out of people again. So let's get one more house in. Hello to the new lovely viewers. I hope your days are going awesome. Move in you. Give you a job over there on the other side of town. And you're going to be super grumpy pants about the warehouse. So I'm going to have to pull a mulligan on the winery because they're too far away. So let's stick you right here instead. See if that fixes things. Cool. All right. Another family that wants farmy typey stuff. These are research points to unlock more flowers so I can actually decorate things properly. I think I need to expand the size of this farm because it's not generating enough farm points quickly enough to do anything. All right. You are as grapey as you're going to be. Hopefully that will start those points coming in quick because I want to get some more crops. I don't especially know what I want to do with this family. Can I get a house in? No, I can't. Okay. Can I get it in sideways? Yes, but not nicely. Okay. We will just have to do something a bit different with that. Which really don't want to build on the beach just yet. But I kind of don't have a choice. Yeah. Stick that there. Stick this new family in. trying to see. Yeah, that's not for a while. Okay. I am going to need. Do I have any other? Okay. So we have some more farm decorations, so that's good. To make these people a little bit happier. Let's give them a shed. Hopefully. Where'd those other decorations go? I'm confused. Not sure what that's about. All right, let's get another house in over here. Let's give you a nice archway in front of your house. See if that will satisfy you for the time being. All right. You need more staff. Yet another farm. Weirdo family. How are we doing on research? Close to getting the vegetable farm. We can get some other crops though, so let's go ahead. Might as well start with corn. Now, I don't want to build this too far away from the granary, which is exactly what I want to do. But that's a terrible idea. I'm going to absolutely disrespect the topography with this road. You're going to have to really want to come up here. But that is where you're going to live. And let's give you a weird arch as well. So you're going to be our corn farm. Which I'm going to build out this way. A little bit more this way. Move some people to fit some demand. You're gonna continue to be grumpy pants. But there isn't a great deal that I can do about that. We can get a vegetable stand now. So let's just drop that up here so they stop whining. And I will most certainly relocate that at the earliest opportunity. Oh, and you're gonna complain. Grow. I can't do that. Okay. How about placing you down here? Okay. And you're still grumpy pants for an unknown reason. You... Oh, why can you not get there? Alright. This is where we start committing some crimes. Because these roads are just the worst. And people are just not able to get around. So, hopefully this will at least placate them ever so slightly. Okay, we need another house or few. I really want to move this vegetable stand. Clear this up so I can make space for a house. That I can surround with trees. That is why that tool is my sworn enemy. Okay, let's turn off draw overpaths. Okay. So we have one house here. We can have one of you work here, one of you work here. That farmer is finally not absurdly angry at me. But this family wants some tree type things. So let's give them that. You still want more. I forget. Is that specifically trees? Crap. Okay. Still not happy. I'm gonna wait until I unlock some more trees and shrubs, because that's just gonna get super annoying. We can stick one more family over here on the beach. Thought I had you turned off. Off. Okay. Get them in just in time for another family to show up. All of you are finally happy for the time being. I am going to fix this ugliness. Because that looks just awful. Okay. I'll refix this. I can build a small park or something in there at some point. Have no more houses that are free. So let's build one. I've already got blue and a red house there. Okay. Family number 1, and I guess I'm gonna have to build another house over there. Or, actually, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, get you all working. I am going to try and build another farm. And this will surely be a mistake. That is surely going to be a mistake. I don't want to build that there. If I stick one here, are you going to be able to get to things? Okay, so I now have enough points to get wheat, which is going to be what you make. Put you back here until I decide a better place to build this farm. Okay, I am out of workers. How am I doing for research? Still not close enough. Okay. It is time for a bunch more houses. So let's split off this road. I don't want to do that. Sure, we'll leave that where that is. That's not going to be enough, is it? No. Okay. Well, let's try that again. Okay. Well, you're just not going to be able to be a thing. So we'll just build it this way instead. Which is going to be too close to that building. Hooray. Alright, let's Move this one back a bit. Sidewalk, sidewalk. House and house. And you want all of the lights, so let's give you all of the lights. Hopefully that's close enough to make them happy. Stick another light over here. Cool. You're maxed out. You can use some more staff. All right. So things are kind of stable. So I'm going to take this opportunity to do a bit of decorating. So you need a light. You need a light. You kind of have a light out front. You need one. You could use one. And get some lights in our farms. Sneak in a little light in there for you. Let's have an overhead light for you. And let's get some workplace decorations while I'm at it. Because people will surely start complaining about that sooner than later. All right. Next up, it's time to go flower bananas. Because we now have more flowers to decorate with. Let's get some sunflowers on you. Use my favorite flowers to decorate with. Alright, so you have some decorations. You could use a little more. You could use any decorations. Oh, forgot to give this farm a light. Okay. What else can I put on buildings? Okay. Give you that one, that one. Let's bring some more color into that building. Right, and give you some hanging plants on your balcony. All right. Where are we at with things? Let's get the garden decorations, because I think that gives me a whole bunch of farm decorations. It does. So this family is so deeply unhappy about their boring, terrible house. Get some crates in. Not sure what's up with that. I don't know why my decorations keep disappearing. That's kind of alarming. Well, let's give you a sign. Let's give you a sign that makes sense. You are... It's bees. Well, none of you especially make sense, so have that one. Let's give you sheep. Okay, we have... some gazebos. What can I do with this watchtower? Cool. All right. Take a moment from decorating to bring in some more residents so I can eventually upgrade the town and get access to better things. So move one of you in here. And we can upgrade. Begin the ever absurdly large train station. This is pretty normal right now, but I think the next upgrade, and then everyone from there just starts getting ridiculously oversized. Like, way too big for a town this big. Okay. So we've got some points remaining. Thing number one, I need greater reach on my market stalls. Because they're in kind of a terrible situation. So, hopefully that means that I can then move you over here where you belong. Extend this plaza a little bit. And perfect. Let's move our last stall in here. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, there we go. We have one more house, looking for someone to live in it. Let's clean this up. Okay. Let's get some housing going off in this direction. Clips into the farm. So let's move that. Just fix you. Because I broke you ever so slightly. All right. Okay, get one house here. Let's get a Fontbrock house in there. Okay, so yeah, here's where we start getting some of this kind of bonus stacking going on. So this house wants lots of bright light. These guys don't. So I'm going to move them there. And instead, move in that family to take advantage of their thing. You are being grumpy. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to wholesale move this house because we already have a blue one over there. Let's stick you over here next to the market. Let's move this farm so it's a little bit closer to everything that's going on, but still close enough to be waterfront property. Okay, good to go. Oh, you are also unhappy. Okay. Will that make things better? Needs more houses. Let's get you in here. Okay, and we need some more workers in the winery. Okay. Let's take a step back and look at our horrendously ugly town. I'm gonna want that pretty quick, but I can wait on it. Big thing here is gonna be the bakery. So I'm gonna hold on to those points. But I am going to go ahead and get a clothing store because we need to start having some kind of economy here. To make that work, I'm gonna have to break some things. 'Cause I didn't exactly plan for this. Okay. So my next crime is moving this house. Which I can't. Because you're too close. Actually, I might move you right up close and realign that road at some point. Move you there. And the reason I want to do that is because now that I have a business, that business needs to be somewhat accessible. And here is actually a really good spot for that. Okay, let's fix this. Right, get you in there. This is super horrendous. Okay. You need a whole bunch of people. You are not close enough for some reason. Ah! Because my demand is too high now. Okay. Alright. So we're gonna go have to get a warehouse to replace this. Because it has greater capacity. And I think I'm gonna start building some housing over here and hope that people are happy enough. So, I can move, actually, let's move in this family up here. This family wants to be near a bunch of neighbors, so that works pretty well. And then, sticking a house up here. All right. Interesting little, like, kind of a port town. Let's see. Let's take a moment while I'm waiting on some of those points to do a bunch more decorating. Where are our streetlights? A streetlight over here. Let's stick one over here by the market. One over there. one up here. One over by our farm. And get one over here. Give you poor folks some light. And give you guys some lights. Okay. That is just about every house. Okay. All right. So that's all of those. Give you a bunch of reeds as your garden. Toss down some more flowers. What can we do with these houses? Not much. There we go. You've got some basic decorations. And you guys need some. Okay. And there you guys go. Okay. So we've got enough points now that we can get... Oh, sorry, we don't. We have enough points to get the bakery. So this is going to be a bit of a nightmare to place. Can I stick it over here? Let's snap you to the road, which doesn't work. Cool. We have the workers. We have the crops. Really need those farm points. Or research points. So let's hopefully get that going. Okay. While that is going on, can I get... I cannot. Okay. Let's sneak in another house up here. That is any color but blue. Okay. So we move one of you in here. And one of you... I think I can get a house in here. Let's continue this up the hill where it belongs. Give you some basic decorations. And get another tree in there, because I know you want one. Make them slightly more happy. Okay. All right. We now have enough points for the warehouse. So let's go ahead and break everything in the city momentarily. This is so much larger. Okay. Let's move you. The height of realism over here. So we can get in our great big warehouse. You kind of need to be right there. She's not snapping nicely. All right, and let's get everyone back to work. All right. Distribution has been solved. Can I get... I think we tried this already and the answer was no. But if I realign this road, can we get some housing in here? So let's go ahead and do that. And tiny little sidewalk, tiny little sidewalk, and a tiny little sidewalk. Okay. More people to be moved in. Where's a good place to stick them? Well, now that we have better range on things, I wonder if I can get some houses in here and have people be happy about it. Wrong one. Let's get a house next to the research center. Move you in there. Move you in here. And get started with some decorating. Where is my cheaty single flower? All right. Cool. So you're good and happy. Give you porch light. Just having a look at what other decorations I can get going. Trees and bushes would be tempting. Do anything in the realm of farm. Let's get the hay decorations and get a shoemaker. Is there a place for them? The answer to that question is kind of no. So let's try now. Perfect. All right. Get another person working in there. Got 2 more workers and a couple people that want to move in. So let's get another house up here. Okay. You require all of the people. Can you place some house shenanigans? Oh, I had a empty house down there. I did not know that. Okay. Let's move the house that wants to be near things. That didn't go quite as planned, but okay. We've got put you to work in the shoemaker. And as always, a little bit of quick decorating. Okay. All right, we're starting to see some of those farm decorations show up. So I think what happened is some of the decorations are meant to show up in a different town or after some other requirement has been met, and I didn't do that. So, and there, nice little hanging pot. Do some plants. Get that in there. Let's give you a thing of sunflowers out front for your unintentionally very yellow house. Okay. Cool. Going back to the farms. Now that I can actually put some decorations down. We will put in a scarecrow. Throw some hay bales. Over here for no particular reason. And the standing one that I like. Okay, you are fully happy. You are rather unhappy. So let's do the same and get you a nice scarecrow. Let's give you a hay roof. And a couple of no-purpose hay bales. Get you a standing one as well. Almost there. Not too much more that I can do. I'll have to come back. Because there are more farm decorations that one can get. And we'll just give you a scarecrow for good measure. We have a couple more families. We also have a bunch of farm points. I'm gonna wait so I can upgrade to tier 2 on that. Where are we at with research? I'm gonna hold off and get terraforming, and then maybe I can fix some of this mess. Actually, where's I got 2-floor housing yet? No. You're definitely sooner than that. Okay. Let's see, where can I get some more houses? Move you in. You're a water person, you're a water person. You're a light person. So I can have you somewhere else. Can I save some room doing this? Okay. Let's get another one of these houses. Give you a driveway, give you a driveway, give you a driveway. And then clean up this stuff. Okay. I stick you next to the water. We are now at 400 farm points. So let's go ahead and upgrade to tier 2 so I can access some other decorations and other things to spend points on. As for research points, let's grab terraforming. Let's see. Want a family that wants clothing. Oh, can I? Okay. Okay. So now that I have terraforming, can try and clean up some of this ugliness. But it also means I can try and smooth some things out. That's not going to do it. Lower. So I want to lower some of this so that I can get some nice housing up here. Let's see, let me smooth this out now. It's horrendous. That looks even more horrendous. Okay, cool. That is fixed. This is still super janky. Okay. So let's start on some housing back here. And get a road back there so they can get out of their houses. And I'll fix those crimes in a moment. Okay. All right, what have we got going on here? This can get pushed back some more. Okay. Maybe bring this up here in the future. Okay, we've got another family that wants to be close to clothing. So I'm gonna move you. All right. I'm gonna move you into one of these houses. Move you over by the farm, so you'll be a little more happy. Stick you in there. And trade places with you. Okay. All right. So, thing number 2, can I fix any of this? Oh, wrong thing. Once again, absolutely not respecting the topography. That looks marginally better. Let's see. A little harder over here. Why? Why, you know? do thing. Interesting. I seem to have found some sort of weird ley line. Let's... I want to pull this down some more, because this looks just the worst. Ooh. Yeah, let's we got some jank right there. Okay. You are my grape farm. Just clean up this cliff a little bit. That's real odd. Okay. And expand you a little more in this direction. Okay. So we have some real weird road crimes going on over here. There we go. Now I can hopefully connect another very egregious road up through here. Or another family of farmers. Where are we at in terms of crops? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm actually gonna move this farm up here so that I can actually build in that space. Can erase all of this. Oh, I don't want corn, I want wheat. Just pause the game while I work on this. Let's move these trees. Okay. And you are super sad pants because you're not close to anything. Shocker. Shoot. How about I build some stuff up here? Make you happy. What you want is food and clothing. So I can give you a butcher. And then maybe an optician up there. Where are we? Oh. Butcher's food. Okay, now let's see if I can get this in up here. And clean up that road. right, you're still sad pants. Let's see if we can. Oh, I'm out of people. Okay. Let's pull a person off of you. Okay. And some extra people. Let's stick them on there for the moment. Extra granary workers. It's gonna be something I'm gonna need sooner than later. And how are we doing on research? Need an optician, maybe. Although these people might not be happy. Oh. Start by giving them a road. Maybe that will make them a little more pleased. Okay. And I don't have any people to work there. Okay. Well, now that this is cleared out, let's call a mulligan on pretty much all of this. Let's relocate our bakery. Stick it, next to the station there. Okay, extend this going out this way. Clean up that and relocate these houses. Did not leave quite enough room. So let's maybe touch that up. There we go. And some sidewalks for good measure. Okay. That then leaves me with a little bit of breathing room for these, but it also means I can build some housing on this side of the road, which is going to be super necessary. Move you in. Fix the granary. Fix the clothing store. And the shoemaker. We are full up on research, so let's see what I can buy. Let's grab tastier meats, because then I don't have to build anything. And let's start planning what on earth I want to do with some more of this stuff and some of these farms. Let's move some of these trees in. See if I can connect this road to make it not completely awful. Do some of the smoothie things. This can go down a bit more. Okay. That is still a really awful incline, but that's fine. All right. So let's connect this through. I really want to put a road down here as well, but maybe not do that, at least yet. Let's disrespect the topography a little bit more and get some flat space for some more farms. That down a bit. All right, that looks acceptable. Right. So over to our farm menu. First up, let's get cotton and wool, so I can eventually get a dressmaker. That out. Before I do anything with that, I have some money to spend. And I don't necessarily know if I can. Let's pause. May need to consider a small warehouse up here. Let's get our bushes while I'm in there. Okay. So first thing we need is cotton. Which will look oh so nice over here. Too big. second. Just tidy that up. Okay. And I'm going to need a farm for wool. And we're going to once again destroy the topography up here. Because this is kind of silly. Take this down so I can actually put a road here. That's could be better. Okay. Let's stick you in over here. And this is probably the absolute upper limit of where I can get a farm. Okay. And we're short of workers. Steal a worker from there. All right. How are we doing for time? Okay. Going to build the wool farm up here. And then I think I might call it a stream, because it has been a couple of hours. I can push this back a bit further. I keep forgetting how much space sheep actually take up. Let's remove some of this because it's a bit silly. And extend that. Okay. All right. We have someone who would do really good as a farmer. Give them a scarecrow. Give them a shed. Let's cheat and move this back using the cheaty tool. There we go. What else can I do? And sign still makes no sense. Give you an archway. that went and broke again. Okay, let's add a little bit more housing. Let's do that one for some variety. And I need a house that is close to food. Which one of these would actually be real good at that. Okay. Let's get one more house in here. Play some more townsfolk Tetris. So I can stick you in there. I can stick you down here. And stick you in there, and you're still weirdly not happy. And then we just need one more farmer. Okay, and see if anything else is broken. It is not. What can we do with points? We're really close to the dressmaker, so I can wait on that. Second floor housing. Thank you. Oh Lord. Okay, so we're going to drop off someone that wants to be near light. And that's going to produce an amount of ugliness. Can I move you? No. Okay. Here. I'm going to make them our farmer. I'm going to move you in there. You're pretty close to lots of light. Yeah, so I think I'm going to it's like an old one of the comments in chat. Pretty realistic to force a family to move to make room for big business. Yep. Actually a tactic of this game, I was reading on Discord, was just use imminent domain all the time. Like, just drop stuff down to get things going, and then just keep moving. Just move everything around to make it pretty later. Yeah, so in our last act as mayor, we're going to build our first 2-story house, which is going to let me move them in without having to build any more houses. And we've got someone who wants to be near the water, and we will do the same with them. And that will break the entire economy. Okay. Cool, I have enough workers for that. All right. So yes, I think I'm going to leave the episode here. Let's see if we can take a nice replacement screenshot picture. All right. So, thank you for everyone who took the time to watch this, as well as everyone who watches this after the fact. You can always go and watch old live streams by clicking the live, I think it's the live tab on the channel. Things for next time are going to include unuglying all of this up, doing some more decoration, trying to get in some more business in the center of town where everyone can access it, and probably doing some more terraforming and land crimes so that I can continue building, because this is a very interesting map, but it is very difficult to build on. So, yeah. So let me know any feedback, any thoughts you have on how to improve the town, any ideas you have for the title or for the name of the town. We can certainly make that change. I'm not sure when I will stream next. Hopefully maybe in a couple of weeks again. I'll ideally announce that with a little bit more lead time, because this was a little bit kind of last minute to try and take advantage of people being off for spring break. So, but yes, if you did enjoy watching me make the ugliest subdivision ever, please do give a like on the video, share it with your friends, and if you are not already, subscribe to the channel. So when I give an update on when the next stream will be, when we continue building in this lovely kind of ugly looking town and try to make it pretty, if you are subscribed, you will see those notifications when they come out. So once again, thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope you have yourself an awesome rest of your week. Take care.